Hello, my name is Emily Ceolin and I'm the Senior Designer of Digital Experiences here at Advantage. I'm happy to guide you through our digital reporting tool for global and regional stakeholders, Advantage Analytics Global Intelligence, or AAGI for short. AAGI provides a centralized reporting environment for analyzing performance across all local markets and the ability to segment data by country and region. To get started on the welcome page, select your company's name in the Sponsor drop-down menu. Then select your benchmark. Before clicking the Explore button, I want to direct your attention to the footer of the welcome page. By clicking Action Planning, you'll be directed to material outlining our 4-step approach to actioning your customer feedback. To the right, you'll find other helpful resources, including access to the help desk, a quick guide containing useful product knowledge, our methodology, and our privacy policy. Now let's dive in by clicking on Explore. For an optimal experience, begin by clicking the full screen icon in the top right-hand corner. Within the navigation bar across the top of the page, you will find 8 unique dashboards: Executive Summary Markets, Executive Summary Accounts, Market Analysis, Trend Analysis, Self-Service Matrix, Performance Summary, Interview Verbatim, and Appendix. Within the Appendix dashboard, you'll gain an understanding of all the reports integrated within AAGI. Here we can see a 3-year view of the markets sponsoring this report. On the right-hand side, there are 2 lists. To the left of this is a list of all the suppliers in the benchmark set. The one to the far right is a comprehensive list of all the retailers we're collecting feedback from. If you'd like to explore a specific report to understand the benchmark set and which retailers are providing feedback, simply select that report and the 2 columns will reflect only those suppliers and retailers. Let's return to the Executive Summary Markets dashboard. This tab provides a quick and concise view of your performance across all markets. The Advantage survey is based on simple metrics. A net favorable score allows us to place your company in the benchmark set and attribute you a rank. Depending on the rank achieved, your company is classified as either a top-tier company, colored in green, a mid-tier company, represented by yellow, or a bottom-tier company, colored in red. Another metric within our reporting is what we refer to as Overall Performance Significance, or OPS for short. OPS is a measurement of which practices drive higher perception or engagement from a retailer's point of view. The donut charts at the top of your screen display your performance at an overall and performance area level. Each donut displays the number of markets in the top, mid, and bottom tier. By hovering your mouse over any of these donuts, you'll find additional information. The line charts below each donut identify your performance versus the highest and lowest performing companies. Your company's performance is indicated in blue, while the top company is in green and the bottom company is in red. More detail is revealed by hovering along the line chart. Here you can understand your trend's performance over the past 3 years. The map chart in the center of the screen provides you with a fast visual reference of which markets are specifically driving your performance. Based on their color coding, you can quickly identify which countries are in the top, mid, and bottom tiers. To the right of this map are 3 groups of points. Each point represents a practice in one market. The size of each point represents the OPS score. The larger the point, the higher the OPS score, and the more important the highlighted practice is in the respective market. You can select a single performance area to refine the data displayed within the dashboard. Additionally, you can utilize the drop-down menu at the top of the dashboard. If you have sponsored prior years, you can select them from the drop-down menu to compare your performance in greater detail. Let's move on to the Executive Summary Account dashboard. Here, you'll gain a better understanding of your performance at an account level. On this dashboard, there are 3 main areas of information. In the upper left part of the screen, you'll see your performance at all accounts. Each square represents an account, and its color coordinates with your performance at that account, either bottom, mid, or top tier. Use the hover to display the name of each account. Using the filter above, you can choose to display all accounts or narrow in on selections of accounts where you are best in class, top tier, or bottom tier as examples. To the right of this chart, you'll find a display of your performance at global accounts. This is a cross-market view that showcases your opportunities with global customers. A reminder that this is an overall performance view. If you'd like to narrow in on how you're doing at a performance area level, you can select one from the drop-down menu above. The change will be reflected in both charts at the top of the screen. Now let's explore the chart on the lower part of this dashboard. This was built to help drive greater actionability on your performance. On the vertical axis, we have OPS score, and on the horizontal axis is your gap to the top-rated company. The default displayed here provides you with a view of all markets and all customers, and an average of all your reports. From here, you may want to further analyze your performance at a particular global account. You can select an account name from the upper right chart, and this will adjust the visual within the bottom chart to display your consolidated performance for that account. Now let's dive into the Market Analysis dashboard. This dashboard displays your data in three main areas. We'll begin by focusing on the top two. This section compares your performance to the number one company within each of the reports. On the left side, you'll see the performance of the leading company by practice, and on the right side, your performance compared to the top performer. The default view is set to display the practices within strategic alignment. However, you can examine any performance area by simply selecting it from the drop-down menu in the top right-hand corner. You can scroll down to reveal your performance in other markets, and you can hover over any of the elements to review more information about what is pulling your performance up or down. If you're interested in diving into a specific practice, you can use the chart in the lower half of this dashboard, which displays OPS score on the y-axis versus gap to the top-rated company on the x-axis. The direction of the triangle, up or down, represents the performance either improving or declining, while the size of the triangle represents the level of intensity of the change. The triangles in the chart represent your performance on that practice in each market. If you'd like to drill down and examine a particular practice in greater detail, you can select it from the drop-down menu to the left. By hovering over the donut chart, you'll see how many markets you have in the top, mid, and bottom tiers. Let's move on to the Trend Analysis tab. Here you can quickly and efficiently understand what's driving your performance up and down across all markets. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see all practices arranged into three columns: improved, stayed the same, and declined. Each colored square represents a market, and the lightness or darkness of each square's color represents the intensity of the change. By hovering your mouse over the squares, you'll see the name of the markets represented. If you'd like to learn more, you can click on the practice that you're searching for additional information on. To the right side of the screen, a bar chart will appear displaying the change in score by market across the top and the change in rank across the bottom. You can use the toggle in the top right-hand corner to display your absolute scores on a scale of -100 to +100, and the absolute ranks on this practice rather than trend. Using the Performance Area drop-down menu above this toggle, you can focus in on only the practices that live within a specific performance area. Let's visit the Self-Service Matrix tab. This is an extremely unique and customizable view of your performance. I'm happy to share a few examples of the selections we'd recommend applying on this dashboard to generate insightful views for your business. The default view is a simple graph with 2 dimensions. We're able to play with the parameters on either axis using the drop-down menus on the top and bottom. Click on either drop-down menu to reveal the available filters. Choose from your gap to average, your gap to top-rated company, your NF score, your change in NF, OPS, or rank change. You can use the filters on the left-hand side of the dashboard to slice and display your data differently in the supporting graph. As an example, if you want to understand where your customer satisfaction scores lie across all markets, select NF from the drop-down menu. Here we can see that Netherlands and Ireland are where you have the highest net favorable scores, and in contrast, Russia is where you are more challenged. Since the x-axis is set to display gap to average, the vertical line represents the average, and you can see that Russia and Mexico are more challenged markets compared to the average of the industry. Additionally, you may want to see how your markets are moving in terms of scores over time compared to the last Advantage survey. To do so, select NF Change from the drop-down menu. Doing this will tell you that those markets above the line are the ones improving scores in the right direction. All of the markets below the line have scores that are declining. If you want to understand how that scores change is affecting your ranks, select Rank Change in the bottom drop-down menu. Here we can see that South Africa, despite slightly improving their score, experienced a negative rank change, and you went down in position. This means that despite improving your scores, your competitors within the benchmark are moving faster than you. Moreover, if you'd like to look at a practice level performance rather than by market, select the practice toggle on the left side of the dashboard. A classic view to examine at a practice level is one that we've already saw, comparing what's more important for customers, OPS, and how your performance compares against the average of the industry across all your markets. To view this, select OPS from the upper drop-down menu and Gap to Average in the bottom drop-down menu. In summary, this view tells us that you're doing above averages on all practices except for margin. If you'd like to drill down and view this at a market level, you can select the markets that you'd like to examine further using the country drop-down menu. You can also select multiple markets for an aggregate view of your performance on the selected practice. Let's continue to the Performance Summary dashboard. This is a classic view that you've probably seen in other presentations or reports from Advantage. We refer to it as our stoplight chart. The default view is of the current year. By selecting multiple years from the list on the left, you can view your 3-year trend. At the bottom of this dashboard is a summary view that provides a total count of your markets in the top, mid, and bottom tiers. This summary provides you with an evolution of how you're performing year over year. If you'd like to dive deep into a performance area or practice, simply select it from the left-hand column. If you would like to explore your performance by region, simply choose the applicable region from the drop-down menu in the top right-hand corner, and your performance will display accordingly below. Now let's venture over to the Interview Verbatim tab. Here you'll find all the comments that Advantage has collected from respondents in all of the markets that you've sponsored. You can filter comments by market, supplier name, if there is a local name used, customer, practice, and sentiment. Selecting one or more of these filters will augment what is displayed on the right-hand side of the dashboard. To narrow your results further, you can select a performance area across the top to display only those applicable comments. Please note, all comments within the Verbatim tab are in local language only. Finally, we realize that some users may want to extract reports from AAGI to share internally, print, or copy and paste into presentation decks. In order to download dashboard views individually, simply click Download in the top right-hand corner and select your desired file type. We hope you found this product demonstration educational and are excited to explore the AAGI environment. For technical support and troubleshooting, contact your trusted Advantage advisor or visit us at www.advantagegroup.com/AAGI support.